Joe Miller is joining us. He is from Winthrop University. He is the marketing director as well as involved with student enrollment. And good morning to you, Joe.
Morning, Lucas. Morning, Alex.
Good morning.
Winthrop University is one of our big prom pledge sponsors. And Joe, we just cannot say thank you enough.
What a perfect sponsor, though, as we think about education. And again, I think it's a fantastic sponsorship opportunity.
But the businesses and corporations and colleges like Winthrop and others, they allow us the opportunity to go into these high schools to bring the message to these high schoolers, to encourage them to make smart, healthy choices on prom night and really beyond, whether it's prom night, graduation night, or just a typical Wednesday. But say yes to a long, healthy, and safe life. And we just appreciate it. So thank you so much for Winthrop University's help.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. It's been a great partnership.
And we've gotten through all the proms?
We've got
one
a couple left, and we've got one next week in Lancaster.
Okay,
so we'll make sure to we recognize all of our sponsors, and they're part of the big board that the kids sign. And a lot of times we share with these young people, these companies, businesses, schools, they might not know you individually, but they care enough about you to invest in you because you're the future of our community. And speaking of the future of our community, Winthrop University is about to release more eagles into the wild.
Oh, boy.
Graduation season is upon us, Joe. Actually, it's tonight, Thursday, May the 2nd.
Yep, eagles taking flight starting tonight. So Thursday starts our commencement exercises for Winthrop University for the class of 2024 that's graduating. So we have our graduate commencement this evening. So we have about 250 graduate student graduates who will be finishing out tonight and celebrating them. And then we roll into those undergraduate commencement exercises on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. Saturday morning, we'll be graduating about 350 students from our College of Visual and Performing Arts and our College of Arts and Sciences. And then on Saturday afternoon, we'll be graduating about 250 students from our College of Business and College of Education.
Wow, Joe. Are these numbers looking pretty steady year after year? Are they increasing with more graduates coming out as Eagles now?
That's right. So we've been holding steady because you may reflect that, during COVID, enrollment went a little bit down, but we've had an influx of new transfer students and additional freshmen coming in. And so that's helped to repopulate those populations of graduates coming out of Winthrop University.
The Eagles have repopulated.
That's right. That's right. Eagles taking flight. So,
well, I know you're not involved with the admissions part of your job, though you wear many hats over there at Winthrop. What is still some of the biggest majors over there on the Winthrop's campus? Sure, education is probably tops.
Yeah, education is definitely one of the top 10, but College of Arts and Sciences holds most of the large programs at Winthrop University. So biology, psychology, but also College of Business, certainly education. Mm-hmm. So those are some of the top programs at Winthrop University.
Right? Wow.
I want to remind folks the graduation ceremonies still take place at the Winthrop Coliseum.
That's right.
So tonight, maybe not as much tonight, but definitely Saturday, just expect a heavy presence around the Winthrop Coliseum. And if your route can take you away from that, it's probably going to be for the best.
Pick an alternative route.
If not, it's okay. You'll be stuck in the traffic and you get to see all the new college graduates celebrate their success for sure. Alex and I were just talking a moment ago, Joe, that once the real world hits,
it hits.
It's early nights going to bed and limited vacation times and working holidays and everything else along those lines. But we had Dr. Sebastian Van Delden on the other day, and he was explaining that there's always been a push, but there's really been an emphasis now of really making sure that these college graduates really are prepared for the real world. I mean, you can only tell the kids so much, but telling them is one thing, but showing them and exposing them that, hey, when you enter the real world, like you're the low man on the totem pole, right? You have to ask for time off. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. You don't get 2 weeks off depending on your job at Christmas and summer break. So that seems to be a push of late from Winthrop University.
Yeah, and this is part of our quality enhancement plan that we submit to SACS for our accreditation on a 10-year and 5-year basis. And following along the Eagles Take Flight, our QEP is called Flight Ready, and that's focused around work-based learning and experiential learning opportunities for our graduates. And Winthrop's always done a really great job of making sure that our graduates are prepared for whether it's additional education beyond the Winthrop gates, for graduate study, law school, medical school, but also for career readiness as well. So, for example, the National Association of Colleges and Employers looks at these graduation rates and employment rates for students as they finish their undergraduate degree. The national average, according to that NACE, National Association of Colleges and Employers, is that 50% of college graduates within 1 year after graduation should be in a career or additional education. So 50%, that's a coin toss, right? But at Winthrop University, our average is 91% 6 months after graduation. So national average, 50% 1 year after graduation. Winthrop University, 91% 6 months after graduation.
Joe, that right there is a selling point. It should be marketed everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had kids, I'd say, hey, that's what we want to invest in. I can say as a recipient in the community, your work-based learning is fantastic. We have worked with marketing, computer science, the business, social work, and now a new one, psychology, coming into our world as nonprofits. So you guys really are getting out there and into their local community to give back. It shows at the
91%.
You'll take it.
In 6 months. So we're even ahead of the national average by 6 months. Joe Miller is the director of marketing student enrollment for Winthrop University. Joe, weigh in on the news that came out this week that Winthrop University, Clinton College, and 3 of our school districts here, they're all partnering on a $1.4 million scholarship program that's aimed to bolster the training in the area of STEM. It's to help those educators and interns through the year 2029.
Wow. Yeah, very exciting opportunity, and a grant sponsored by the National Science Foundation that will help us in our efforts in the College of Education and STEM education to really enhance what we're able to offer in the local community, but to impact the state of South Carolina by this partnership with Clinton College, Winthrop University, and other local partners. And just really excited about this opportunity. This is going to be an initiative that we'll see the benefits not only throughout the duration of the grant, but for many, many years to come. So really congrats to our College of Ed for making this happen.
Well, this is the future.
That's right.
So, I mean, you might as well tap into it and understand it. And again, the Winthrop University, Clinton College, and those 3 school districts include Chester County, the York School District, and the Rock Hill School District. I know, Joe, that the board has extended Dr. Edward Cerna's contract. I know that's a relief for a lot of folks, probably Dr. Cerna more than anyone else. For sure. What's been the reaction there on campus to that news?
Oh, we couldn't be more excited. Since Dr. Cerna arrived on campus, his leadership has been transformative at Winthrop University. His direction, his strategic vision for the university is really going to propel us in incredible ways over the next decade. And so to see the accomplishments that we've had under Dr. Cerna's leadership, again, enrollment is coming back in resurgence. The senior leadership team at Winthrop University is strong as it's ever been. And the campus, when you talk about the sentiment of good feelings on campus, faculty have never felt more positive, students have never been more engaged. And so for the board to extend that vote of confidence, physically that vote of confidence for Dr. Cerna by a 5-year contract renewal for his tenure at Winthrop University is just really exciting. So as we get ready to launch the new strategic plan and get ready for those initiatives that'll take us through the next 3 years, we're excited to have Dr. Cerna's leadership at the helm to help us guide us through that process. So we couldn't be more excited.
When you look at the landscape there at Winthrop University, it's always changing, which is great, right? You're a growing university, and people still want to know what is the status of those 2 residence or dorms, residence halls that decorate Cherry Road. And let's just bring folks up to speed about Wofford and Richardson.
Yep. So Wofford and Richardson, those buildings were taken down, or excuse me, taken offline this year because of some structural concerns with those buildings. And so we put out the bid for the state for demolition of those buildings. So this isn't going to be like an explosion kind of takedown or demolition. It's going to be a slow sort of clawing the buildings down. So it's going to be a process. So we will not have spectators lined up on Cherry Road waiting for the buildings to come down. It's going to be kind of anticlimactic. It's going to be a slow process. But we are currently held up in state bids for that demolition project. But it has been approved through our board of trustees. It's on the state contract list. So it's just getting the contract to get going, and we would like to see that project really begin this summer. So James Griggs is our associate vice president for facilities. He's an expert in this area. Has done a really great job managing this project, but unfortunately, we're beholden to the progress that the state makes to help us determine how quickly we can get this project done.
And I know plans are in place or wheels are in motion for the consideration of a new cafeteria on campus.
That's right. So as part of our facilities master plans, we're looking at and doing a needs assessments of all the areas on campus. In our current dining on campus, we have some decentralized dining and centralized dining in the Thompson cafeteria, but we realize that space is starting to age out a little bit. And also there's some utilities complications with that space. And so moving to a new dining facility that's more centrally located at campus where our new West Center and DeGiorgio Campus Center would make a lot of sense. And so one of the plans on the table that's been reviewed is moving a new cafeteria site that's adjacent to Alumni Drive on the backside where the gravel lot is behind the little chapel near Sims and Dalton would be a location site for a potential new cafeteria on campus. And it would also sort of tie in together that central part of campus where it's the center of student life, where you have the West Center, the DeGiorgio Campus Center, and now a new cafeteria that would kind of line that new central campus quad in the middle.
I think it's a strategic location.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of headlines coming from Winthrop University as it's kind of closing out this academic year. And congratulations to all of the graduate students who will get their diplomas today and the undergrads who will get it on Saturday, May the 4th. It's an easy and fun day to remember.
May the
your college
4th.
graduation. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of Star Wars regalia on Saturday.
For those in attendance, Dr. Cerna is a Star Wars fan, so there may be some Star Wars theme events happening at graduation on Saturday. Just a little
love
teaser.
Even better.
This is
okay.
great.
All right.
Well, the Eagles are flying, and congrats to all of them.
Congratulations. Joe Miller, again, is the Director of Marketing, Student Enrollment. As always, Joe, we appreciate the updates. Thank you so much.